call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Rebels will boot it away to start the game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Give out of the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. He's got an open man. It's a running room. Oh, I thought he was taking that all the way, but they stop him at the 7.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And the Yellow Jackets trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
Here we go, set.
Calls his own number. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal.
325.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Coffee. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion.
Man, oh man, how about that play by the linebacker? I'm thinking, I got to get the run, I got to get the run. Oh, I see the quick pass. Now I got to break on it and go catch this really, really fast guy over here. And how about the job he does, getting him on the ground, nowhere to go. Nice closing speed by that linebacker.
And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Man, great first drive by this offense. Capped off, 3rd and goal situation. A lot of times thinking run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense, get the passing touchdown, and get this party started right.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Taylor wants to throw it. He's going to take a shot. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down. Guys, let's take just a second and talk about Ole Miss. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today. But it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency for the second half of the season, David. I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Already down a score early. The last thing you want to do on your first drive is give it right back to them. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Looking for his man. Finds him out of the backfield. Breaks into the open. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver or a tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Paging George D. Burdell. Paging George D. Burdell.
And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. The run from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Taylor wants to throw. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Scott. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did their throwing it to their running back, but the defense, they were in perfect position to make that play for no gain.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's complete to the right. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Taylor wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Buys a little time. The throw. Got a man. It's Clark. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
And the Rebels just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And that's something this offense is going to try to do in this game, and they're doing it early. They want to establish the run game. They want to be more physical. They want to control the line of scrimmage. That's how they're going to attack this defense.
After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. Taylor wants to throw. Buying some time as he moves left. He tries to take the top off.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one, and you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that fourth down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when. Stuck it right on him, and they keep the drive alive.
Now adjusting. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, give on the inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got him. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in third and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down, now set up first and goal.
And the Rebels will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Taylor wants to throw it. Floating away. Fires to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. You saw that there on the incompletion.
He'll try to dial up a better one this time on second and goal from the 5. Looking to fire. He'll throw it. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand.
How do you not get excited and out of your seat when you see the big boys making the little boys play? Listen, I know you DBs can do all that running around stuff and catch the football. I can too. I just do it in a sexier, bigger body. Yes, please.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. On the run, it's Scott. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow. They don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
The Yellow Jackets have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Coffee. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Scott. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 and the 29-yard line. And when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
The Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's complete on the right side. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And the Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. The RPO, it's complete. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. The Yellow Jackets back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Richardson. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! Oh, that may be in and stroll into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Taylor wants to throw. Got a man. It's Cunningham. There he goes. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. The Rebels will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Steps away to find some room. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Now he'll turn and throw back to the right. Caught at the 25. What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. He's going for the goal line. fighting for the end zone, and he dropped it. And sometimes you just count your blessings, and the blessing for the offense was that the ball went out of bounds.
How devastating would that have been for this offense, Reese, if they had lost possession down here in the red zone? That would have been a killer for this offense, for their momentum, for the entire team.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
Well, the one thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
And he puts through the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Pulls and fires complete. At midfield, he's got room. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Turning it on! Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They are really clicking along, first and goal on just the fourth play of the drive. Grant behind the line. It's Coffee. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
You know, there are so many coaches out there in two-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Taylor wants to throw it. Steps away. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion, who cares?
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Yellow Jackets will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. is ready to send the offense onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Try to get it to the edge. Finding open areas. Oh, he's got some space. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
This doesn't happen with just anybody at tailback. You got to do this with a dude, a guy you know can roll. Just toss it to him, let him get out in the open field. He'll do the rest and make big gains.
And the Rebels, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll give it to him again. They weren't going to let him loose again after that big play. This time they knock him down behind the line. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got the first down and still on his feet. He's now up to 77 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. The Rebels are flying down the field. Taylor wants to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Lets it fly. Complete to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The give on the inside. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the Yellow Jackets with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll try the run. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's Grimes. They're setting up the screen. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
On third down, he drops the throw. Pulls it in. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. Love what they did there, putting the big fella in the slot, letting him use his ability to get downfield and create some space and find the soft spot in the zone.
No doubt. You got the big fella in the slot, so you get your matchup. You know it's zone coverage. You know you can put it up out there, let him go make a play. That is a recipe for success, finding that matchup and exploiting it.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Right on the money. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. They'll go with a direct snap. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Taylor wants to throw it. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
You want to know why this team is losing? Look no further than this statistic, guys. Their best receiver doesn't have a catch yet in this game. There they try to go his way again. The defense has completely shut him down.
And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Cover guys do their job and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Leaves it with the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackle's doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Might be calling a hot route. On target to the left. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Yellow Jackets, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air on first down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Well, the ball's barely touched the ground every time this guy's been dropping back so far in this game. That's one of the rare misses we've seen from him so far.
So now it's second and long. Gonna run it. It's Scott. Can't get him to the ground. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down.
And talking to coaches this week, that's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
Snap from the gun on third down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Oh, he missed it. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
28, Ole Miss, 21.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down. They're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Bringing the heat. Going to try to get it himself. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory.
Well, it's a great individual effort by him, but boy, oh boy, it came at a cost. He was able to go out and get some positive yards and make something happen for his offense, but did you see the hit he just took? I don't know if he can take too many more of those.
Using his feet to buy time. Throws to the back. Makes the catch. It's Smith. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Taylor wants to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Complete to the left. Touchdown, Rebels! A great catch and run for 6. Talk about keeping your eyes downfield and then unleashing one on a rope.
And having a guy like that can buy time and beat you down the field with his feet, but also what you said is the most important thing. He keeps his eyes down the field. He's not looking to run the football. He can, but he's looking to do damage and make a big play down the field. Because he had his eyes up, he could do that.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They put together a pretty good drive the last time they had it, but another missed field goal doomed that effort. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
This quarterback has been really good today. He's been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense. Get him to the ground for no gain.
It's coffee. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Unloads quickly. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He'll get rid of it. Zips it out to his man. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Yellow Jackets really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Motion from the wide receiver. He caught it! Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! They move on top here in the fourth.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now. Say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there and get me one more.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas State fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. The thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough, and they could just find a way. They're trailing by just 4 to Texas State. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Taylor wants to throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Here's a throw downfield late. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here. But if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the 4th down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
Pocket breaking down. He's taking a deep shot. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires on the move. It's caught. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He makes a grab. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. Taylor wants to throw. Gets rid of it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And they'll try to win it right here with the 2-point conversion, and this crowd is electric trying to stop them. Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one. And they're going to go for 2 and try to decide it right now. From the gun. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He is in there. The 2-point conversion gives them the lead. And what kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The offense changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Allen. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Allen. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. First down here for the offense. They'll go to the air. Here's a heat. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Georgia Tech.
Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Gonna sling it on second down. He wants a big play here late. He knocked it away, incomplete, and saved the game as this one is over. What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final ticks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think when you're the #1 team in the country, you're coming in expecting to win. You're the favorites. Everybody's talking about you. You have all the momentum. You're the loved college football team in all of the land. To come in today, they played a competitive game, Jesse, but that's an inferior opponent. They just lost it.
That's true. They've got to be more consistent moving forward as the #1 team. And we saw flashes today of why they were the #1 ranked team. We know they've got talent, but you got to start fast. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. You can't have penalties. You can't turn the ball over. You can't have the lapses in concentration we saw today that led to them losing.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.